Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We're just going to call it Tuesday, August 23rd, 2011. We're just going to call this Day 9 Daily number 341, where we learn to be a better gamer. The reason I'm so hesitant is the fact that it is 1:36 in the morning, and I have to go to sleep, first of all, but of course I couldn't do the daily at 7 p.m. because my internet just crapped out. I ran out of internets to do the daily. So here I am in the middle of the freaking night. What I'm probably going to do is just record this, upload it to a server somewhere else. So if you're watching me right now, it means it's a recording being streamed from somewhere else. Not my house for damn certain, because if I don't have enough internets, then you get a shitty show. Rejuvenating peach mango tea. Actually, it's mango passion fruit. But anyways, let's talk about why I would have loved to given you a daily at 7. Because it is Newbie Tuesday week, where we are taking all user-submitted replays on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All the same topic. We'll come back to what it is in a moment. This weekend, I wanted to note that I will be at MLG Raleigh, doing shoutcasting with the Husky StarCraft, Tasteless, Artosis. Tasteless is my brother, by the way. Ding! I bet you didn't know that. So Sunday there will be no daily, but of course Fun Day Monday will reignite the daily next week. And of course there'll be a Newbie Tuesday next week. We'll go over those at the end of the daily. For now, let's talk about the topic of the week. Everything that was cool. In last week, what we talked about was all these problems that can come up. All these problems that can come up in your gameplay, like your macro slips. Or, you went to do a drop with a medevac and it died. What are some other big common problems that happen at 2:30 in the frickin' morning? Oh, it's 1:30. You forget your pros, forget supply depots, etc., etc., etc. And people like to divide these up into different categories. Like, you need to work on your macro. Your unit control sucks. These sorts of things. But what I proposed last week was that you just simply are not multitasking well enough. That you might have 7 things you need to do, but your brain can only hold 4 of them. And whatever gets dropped off, that's where the problems arise. And in a sense, whenever you're working on something, it's not, I need to work on macro, or I need to work on building probes. What you should be doing is moving something to the top of the priority queue of your mental checklist. So for instance, if it is just build probes, build pylons, keep building units. These are the 3 that you have. Build probes, build pylons, build more units. And if your building units sucks, if you're macro slipping, what you should instead do is just put that to the top of the list. So you should have your monitor surrounded by sticky notes that say, make certain that I am building units. And then at any point in time, you're just going, am I building units? Am I building units? Am I building units? Good. Now I'm allowed to build probes. Now I'm allowed to build pylons. And oh my god, let me make sure I'm building units. Let me make sure I'm building units. And now I can build probes. And now I can build pylons. You want to reprioritize. So in essence, this week is the Reprioritizing Daily, where you look at one of your own replays, identify one problem that you would like to work on, and just bump it up to the top of your queue. So that way, it is the focus of your game. And so frequently you heard me say, treat your ladder points like it's your bankroll in Vegas. You want to blow those ladder points. You want to lose. Your goal is not winning right now. It is fixing that problem that is at the top of the queue. My God, I delivered that well. The rage that flows through me is making me articulate. So what I want to do now is say for you to get a sheet of paper and a pen. A sheet of paper and a pen. If you're on the archives, definitely go pause it. If you're live, don't worry, because what I'm going to do is show you how my whole room turns red when I hold this piece of paper up. Look at the edges. It's getting red. Sean is angry. Look at this. See, his comment's green. It's getting green. It's angry. I'm angry. All right, good. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to take it. I want you to lay it sideways. I want you to lay it sideways like this. So this is what I want you to draw 6 circles along the top. Now, don't quite do it yet. Don't quite do it yet. I just want to make sure that you do it like that. See, I have 6 circles across the top. Good. Getting red. No. Getting red. Good. So 6 circles across the top. All right, everyone with me? And now what I want you to do is draw 5 rows. So you should have 30 circles. So I'm going to be drawing them myself, of course, to give you time. Let me go ahead and draw 5 down. Yeah, I'm pretty good at this. Make sure they don't overlap. Make sure that each circle is like its own thing. Make sure each circle is its own thing, all right? You don't want them to be little chain link things. Mine are kind of overlapping a little bit, but overall, I'm really good at this. Look, so I have 30 circles, just taking up the whole piece of paper, right? All right, great. I'm also going to need a timer for this, and because I'm prepared at 1:30 in the morning, I'm totally am ready to do that. All right, let me just go to clock. Let me go to, and don't worry, I'll time you. You don't need to worry about a thing. Good. My timer set up on the iPhone. Shameless brag, just wanted to throw iPhone in there. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to do something with these circles, but first let me fill in one of these circles with a happy face. So you see in the top left, I have filled in one circle with something. So then let me, because I like being sporty, I'm going to put in a baseball and another one. So hey, look, I've done a happy face, I've done a baseball. So, the last one that I want to do really fast, just to show off my artistic prowess, just about how good I am. Yeah. Hold on, I'm almost done. Yeah, let me actually draw. I'm actually drawing the planet Earth right now, and I'm making the water in there. Oh, the water looks really good. Look at that! Look at that, it's Earth! It's Earth. I have now filled in 3 circles. Now, I want you to pick up your pencil. You shouldn't have done anything yet, or your pen. You haven't done anything yet. You've done nothing yet. And I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute, and this is your goal. I want you to fill in as many circles as humanly possible, as many as you can in 1 minute. Ready, set, go. So, of course, there are many things that you can think of to fill in these circles with. As many as you can think of. I'm probably not really going to be doing that much because you really should be taking part in this activity. If you're not, then that's actually bad. And if you are taking part in it, well, ignore me. You're supposed to be filling in circles. We're at 20 seconds right now. That's good. Everything's going great thus far. If any of you aren't doing it, I'd just like you to admire this mug that I have with a chicken on it. Thinking about chickens actually is quite calming to me. Today was just bad, so I just got this chicken. I just thought about it. We're almost at 40 seconds. And there's 40 seconds. Get ready to be dropping your pencils. We're at 45 seconds now, so you have 15 seconds left. I'll sip some more mango passion fruit. And here it comes. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Stop. All right, cool. Stop. Now put your pencils down, and what I want you to do is to hold up your sheet of paper and to count how many you filled in. Count how many you filled in. So let's say that I didn't fill in any at all. I filled in 3. Yeah. Now, if this were a live show, I would then ask the audience how many they filled in. So let me just pretend, hey guys, how many did you fill in? This isn't actually live. This is a pre-recorded thing because my internet sucks. But, however, when I've done this with people in the past, there are some people that will have, say, 8 beautifully detailed ones of a wide variety. There are some people who will, they will have taken the happy face and they will have done like a sad face and a neutral face, and then taken this one sports thing, this baseball, and done a football and a basketball. Right? There are some that will, maybe get up to 20, 22. Very rarely does anyone get to 30. And my question that always follows up is, why the fuck not? Why did you not have every circle filled? Why did you not fill up every single one? Let me tell you something that would have solved a lot of problems. How about labeling them from 1 to 15? Oh my goodness, the cue balls of pool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And hey, here's a cue ball. Now look, all of a sudden I have filled in 16 of these circles in less than 10 seconds. And all I need to do now is, draw a country in each one of them. That seems good for me. Why not just write red, blue, green, orange, purple, yellow, white, black, fill in the rest instantly. The thing that happens whenever I do this little exercise with people is there's always these other assumptions that go along with it. What was the only thing I told you to do? I said fill in as many circles as you can. That is all I said. That is it. I didn't say you couldn't have repetition. I didn't say that you couldn't have things that were similar. I didn't say they really had to have anything to do with being a circle. You could draw a square in the circle. I don't give a shit. Right? Like, you do anything you wanted. But what is so amazing is that because I did something as simple as a happy face and a sports object, a baseball, and then something geographic, the Earth, people get it into their heads that they have to be different. People will sometimes, like maybe a cat will appear in their head and they'll draw a cat in one, but then they won't do a dog or anything else next to it. And the reason I love this so much is it's such a clear example of something that anyone could do. Anyone, any human being can fill in these 30 circles with something in 60 seconds. And yet so few end up doing it purely due to other invasions and distractions that existed in their own head. And the reason I go about doing all of this is that it's very easy to lose focus on what you're supposed to be prioritizing in a game. When I say prioritize macro, many people will macro until a battle comes up. And then they'll be distracted and focus on the battle. And then when it's done, they say, aha, better go back to macro now because it's my priority. Very few people will start a battle and go, LOL, and then jump right on in to macroing. Right? No one will ever ignore their battles. This is an amazing fact to me whenever I say this. So we're going to look at some examples today. We're going to begin with one that does a great job of prioritizing. We're going to hop into the game. This is the intro game. I asked for 3 replays. In each set of replays. The first one was a regular old game before you were trying to prioritize anything at all. Any old game where you identified problems. Then you were supposed to choose one of those problems, prioritize the solution to it on your mental checklist. And then your second game was you in the middle of trying to work it. And then the third replay submission was supposed to be you having solved it. Well, perhaps not you having solved it, but like a result. A result that you were comfortable with. So let's pretend that we are the hero Eltoff right now. Let's suppose that is you and I. We are Eltoff. We're a Zerg player, and I'm actually going to skip ahead to the 8-minute mark. Yeah, here we are in the game. We're getting a Baneling nest. Let's see how many drones we have. We have 53 drones. Okay, great. Our Protoss buddy has early expanded. Let's start listing off some problems. Well, our Queen Energy is actually quite low. Our money's looking pretty good. We probably could have thrown down this expand earlier. Okay, here's a problem. That drone was actually there for a while. We weren't expanding. Oh, our money's looking high. Look at the top. For any of you who can't read, it's just about to hit 1,000 constantly. We're floating around 500, 500. We're getting another hatchery. What are some other problems that we can identify? Oh, goodness, the macro. Oh, holy vomit, Batman. Let's see how this attack goes. Let's see if there's any problems with this attack. All right, hold on. We have our good Samaritan Overlord. Let's just slow this shit down because you know what? Banelings landing on things is always a good thing. Oh, that tea is so hot and it's so delicious. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Uh-oh. Ba-da-bum, ba-dum, ba-da-bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, da-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. How many did he kill? Oh, yeah. So I think the attack went decently well. But yeah, that macro's horrific, Oh, our overlords aren't really being spread out. Are we scouting? We're having some problems with scouting, right? Let me actually note that one of the reasons Eltoff included this game, as he so lovelily listed in this email, oh, whoops, I accidentally just passed by it, is that this is a game that Eltoff was winning. The units lost tab, good. I'm actually going to speed this up to ×8. As our Overlord's doing that wonderful work. If the video's lagging, it probably should be. It generally lags at 8x speed. But hey, watch this. Watch this, you guys. This is why Eltoff submitted this game, is because he was absolutely bear-mauling his opponent. Come join me in the units lost tab. Hey, that's a pretty good differential. And in fact, if we speed it up even more to around the, let's see here, 16-minute mark, we're going to see a gigantic lead, right? Ultralisks galore. Oh, look, 7 more Ultralisks. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, look, here comes iPlay for another attack. La 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 la. We are feeling fantastic. Woo, we escaped. But our front is getting killed. I know a lot of you don't want me to stop singing, but I will. I think a major blunder comes in a little bit. Let me actually come back to my savvy face. I don't know if faces can be savvy, but we do it here on the Day 9 Daily. This is a game where Eltoff had the lead. Great. Great. Fantastic. This is a game where we saw a lot of things wrong. That's how we began it. Great. Fantastic. A curse that can occur is that Eltoff will win this game. iPlay might leave. The opponent might leave. And then Eltoff says to himself, "Ah, I'm the man!" and doesn't choose something to work on. Let me come back to the game and note something that happens right here. Let me just note that in my professional opinion, the reason that Eltoff ends up losing this game, and he amazingly does end up losing, is because he was attacking his opponent too much. He was not expanding aggressively enough. And that's basically it. He should really be trying to prevent, at this point in the game, I think very clearly the Zerg should be trying to deny this third base and try to be winning with a 4, maybe a 5 base versus the Protoss' 2 base. But instead what happens is Eltoff does this attack, loses a lot of stuff, and then eventually the game. Now I'm actually going to have this sucker run at ×8 in the background. Now when you lose in a time like that, shut up, StarCraft, disabling your sound. When you lose in that sort of situation, it's very easy to say something to yourself like, "Oh, my macro is bad," right? Because you lost. That was the motivation that made you go, "Oh, well, it's a problem that I could have had in the early game," right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it at this moment in time, a little ways beforehand, and looking around. We talked about the macro that could have possibly been slipping. We talked about my thought, which was he should have been expanding more aggressively. He should have been scouting expansions and denying them more aggressively. Should have been not attacking. These are all things. What do you think Eltoff chose to work on? Just look at the minimap for a moment. He chose to work on spreading creep. He said creep spread was what he thought was a reason that he lost that game. Now, I would note, in my professional and totally fucking correct opinion, in my professional opinion, that was not the deciding factor. It was the attacking and the expanding patterns that led to the demise of Eltoff. That said, creep spread was certainly lacking in that game. That was definitely a bad in that game. So what Eltoff is going to do is he's going to prioritize it. He's going to work on that. And that's going to be his big goal. Now, what you heard me say at the start was this 30 circles exercise. You saw me do this thing. And the big thing I talked about was the assumptions that people do. And what I love about this game from Eltoff is that he doesn't mess up. I want you to be like Eltoff in this game. This game is hilarious. And in fact, you even heard me say last week, you should have hilarious failures when you are working on these reprioritizations, because I'm telling you bluntly, you will lose, and your goal is not to avoid losing. Your goal is to see what it feels like and to get the experience of working on whatever is at the top of your priority list. So in this case, Eltoff's goal is not winning. It is not trying to gain ladder points. It is trying to spread that creep, baby. We have a drone that's scouting. All right, that's good. We see a queen. Keep that image of the mini-map in your head. Keep that image of the mini-map in your head. That's good, right? That's good. Yeah. Watch what happens in Eltoff land. I'm scared to go to ×8 because I know it lags my encoder. I'm not streaming live, so maybe it'll be cool. Oh my god, this tea is actually so good I can't believe it. So here's the first little thing I love about Eltoff. He dedicated himself to being a man of creep. So he actually got a third queen. Notice how his playstyle actually changed from game 1 to game 2. In game 1, he had 1 queen for the main, 1 queen for the natural, and Little Miss Third Queen was nowhere to be found. Many players, you will see, will add a creep tumor with this queen here. and then go right on back to doing just larva. But no, Eltoff gets a third queen. Yes, Eltoff. Yes, now look at this. This creep tumor has just now gained the ability to spread some creep. Didn't quite execute it on the money, but hey, don't worry, Eltoff, look at this, is going to continue to spread the creep. Excellent, excellent. And look, adding on a third creep tumor. And then Eltoff proceeds to lose the fucking game. Alright, you see all this stuff dying? This is the sort of stuff that would infuriate lots of people. But did you see that magical moment that happened just a second ago? Oh my god, my front is getting murdered. Where did these units come from? Oh, blue flame! Blue flame! Oh my god, I can only build Zerglings, man. My day sucks. Nope, we're spreading creep. Isn't that magical? Here's the magical moment. Eltoff spreads his frickin' creep. You see that? This is what I want you to do. I want badly for you to be in the midst of a battle like this, losing your expansion that you actually could have barely saved had you done it on time, because you were properly prioritizing something in your gameplay. Now look at this creep spread. Look at this base. Look at this creep spread. Look at this base. Sadly, this isn't a good base, but this creep spread is totally kick-ass. And I'm not going to do the rest of the Old Spice commercial, all right? But look at this creep spread. Continuing to fan out. Interestingly, we see the APM not very high for Eltoff. He doesn't desperately need a billion APM to get this juicy, sexy golden creep spread. Look at how active he is in that. Look, a huge another batch of Hellions rolls right on in, but oh my god, this queen has only been laying creep tumors and is low on energy. I cannot emphasize this enough. I'm actually going to speed this up. But in your games, if your goal is to prioritize building probes, doesn't matter if you're losing. Look at this. While the push is going on, still prioritizing. Beautiful job by Eltoff. I cannot emphasize enough how just awesome this is. This is awesome. I love it. And here comes more stuff. More stuff trying to roll up. And there's this moment that I love so much. Again, creep spread. Creep spread. Fantastic. Great creep spread. GG, but look at my creep spread. Top that. Not only having a winning learning technique, but a winning attitude. Eltoff, you are an inspiration to all. Except my eyes that are really, really dry because I shouldn't be up this late. But like, God, what's my train of thought? What am I talking about? Oh yeah, that's the attitude that you want. You want to be in a game losing everything but going, but I'm spreading creep. High five, Sean! Woo! Like, you want to do that because it implies you get what you're trying to do. Do not mess this up and try to win. Do not do that. Do not have a battle happen, start microing in the battle, and forget what your priority is to be focusing on. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking ourselves a brief little break. Again, unless this is streamed live and from a server, which probably means that I'll immediately reappear again. But we're going to be taking a brief little break, and when we come back, it'll be part 2, where we look at some potential issues that can occur. So whatever you do, don't go away. Don't go away. It's a Day Night Daily number 341, recorded remotely.